Hello, 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 my goal-inspired, ambitious career professionals. Hello. I hope everybody's here, and as you streaming, this is Yvonne Robinson Jackson. Welcome, welcome to GICC Live. I'm so happy to have everybody here today. And if you are watching live, I would love for you to put in the comment section #live. So if you are watching live, I would love for you to put #live. And if you are watching on the replay, put #replay. So hello, everybody. If you are watching live, put #live. And if you are watching on the replay, #replay. Okay, so as you know, with these shows, guys, I run solo. So I would just like to ensure that I have everybody here seeing me, and I am clicking some screens below. So I just want to get that out of the way to let you know that sometimes I'll be clicking the screen. So I'm really, really very happy to have everybody here today. And so, as I said, if you are watching live, #live. If you're watching on the replay, #replay. Okay, so this is a very, very important topic today, guys. This is very important topic because it is talking about networking strategies. Okay, it is talking about networking strategies. And it is talking about effective networking strategies. So this is very important. So let me just quickly check to see who is here. If you are, remember, if you're watching live, put in the comments live. If you're watching on the replay, #replay. So who am I? I am Yvonne Robinson Jackson. I'm a career transformation coach and the owner of goalinspiredcareercoaching.com and the Career Advancement Club on Facebook. Very important, guys, because I am career transformation. I help career professionals in their career transformation. Okay, that's very important for me to tell you that if you're interested in that, that is what I do. I help career professionals rebrand and reposition their careers in an expert way, virtually and in person, because it helps them to increase their likability or improve it, their credibility and their marketability, to increase their profitability. Because when I help you advance in your career, you're able to become profitable and have a great career. I've helped a lot of people. So let me talk about our topic today, networking. Networking is very important, guys. Networking at work, on LinkedIn and other venues, regardless of who you are. If you're a career professional, you need this. If you are a business person, business to business, you need it. Even if you're looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you need to know how to network, especially in a digital economy. And as I go through this, I'm going to show you some statistics that is just going to help you to show you how important it is that you are networking. It's very, very important. So I see some persons here, and I just want to stop a little bit to say hello to James. James is on the show. Hello, James. Thanks for coming in, James. Thanks for coming. Renee is here with us too. And as I said, if you are watching live, I would love for you to put #live. And if you are watching on the replay, #replay. So that's wonderful, guys. And so let's get to it. Let's continue with what we're talking about here. Okay. So this, as I said, this is very, very important, extremely important that I'm just going to change a little bit here. I see Renee there. Okay, so I'm just going to continue here to, is the inability to network killing your progress? Because I've helped a lot of people on LinkedIn and elsewhere in the past year during the pandemic. And a lot of their issue was the inability to network. So is the inability effective networking for success? Is your inability to network killing your success? So today we're going to cover a few topics. It is in the form of a webinar, but I want you to interact with me also, because sometimes on these shows, participants are able to give ideas and other people are also learning. Okay. And if I take a webinar approach, it's my ability to teach. As you know, I was a lecturer at a university. I taught before I went into IT recruiting. So I still have that zeal in me to teach, to give you some information to improve yourself. Okay. So what is networking? We're going to talk about that, why we need to network. I'm going to show you some statistics that are going to blow your mind, to know, for you to know the importance, especially if you are here and you're a job seeker. This, it will blow your mind, so that you know the importance of networking. So we're going to talk about where, right? We're going to talk about how you're going to network internal to your organization to up-level your career to be the best that you want to be. How and talk about how you have to identify your mentor, and also how you're going to build your network. And we are going to give you some actionable steps that you can take. All right. So I'm just going to switch back to see who else is on the show with us today. Michael, we are going to say hello. Hello, my brother Michael is on the show. Thank you for hopping in. And I know that you're going to also enjoy this, and you will also gain some skills from what I'm going to talk about. So as you know, as I said, I have a little bit of teaching in me. I always like to start with a definition, because it's always important that we understand. Sometimes we use the word everyday networking, but it's also important that we understand what we're talking about, right? So start with a definition to keep us on track, and then we will talk about the statistics and all that around working, and why it is important. So networking is the exchange of information and ideas among people with common profession or special interest, usually in an informal social setting. Networking often begins with a single point of common ground. And I got this. This is not mine. That's why I put these big quotations there, investopedia.com. I got that, right? So I was looking at the different types of definitions, and I particularly like this one, because people will even reach out to you on LinkedIn and say, I would like to connect with you because I'm connecting with like-minded individuals. So it makes sense. You have a common ground. There's a reason why you would like to network. Okay. And we're going to go through that to make it, and to make you understand how important it is and how you should be intentional about it, right? So let us look at broadening it. What are the takeaways from that definition? Networking is used by professionals to widen their circles of acquaintances, find out about job opportunities, and to increase their awareness of news and trends in their field. Business owners may network to develop relationships with people and companies they may do business with in the future. So sometimes you network not because you want to do business now, but you would like to do business in the future. You are planning to do business in the future, or you are growing in your career and you have to network. And I'm going to show you after, with people outside of the organization as well as people inside of the organization. If you have a business, you cannot grow as a salesperson if you would have not developed relationships inside of your organization and outside of your organization. So we have professional platforms like LinkedIn that provides online location for people to engage with other professionals, join groups, post blogs, and share information. So that is very important, but this is going to blow your mind. Why is networking so effective? 85% of job opportunities are from networking. We have a platform called LinkedIn, and people are on there. I've seen people on LinkedIn for a year now, because when I was in the corporate as a senior director of MindWire, what used to happen is that I had my heads down. I wasn't on LinkedIn as much. I developed over 15 years a big network. So all of my people came mostly from referrals. I made millions of dollars just because of referrals. It had nothing to do with me going on LinkedIn and finding people. I had a network, right? But how are you going to build it? Because I built that network. Now, the new people who were coming on had to go in and build their network. But I'm telling job seekers, regardless of that, they will need to find that network, to master networking, because 85% of job opportunities are from networking, is not from the postings. And I did a webinar on LinkedIn, how you were to connect outside of LinkedIn and go back to LinkedIn to make LinkedIn your hub. And my blueprint is called the LinkedIn Hub Blueprint, because you have to go there with all the things that you find outside of LinkedIn and go back to LinkedIn with all those relationships and all the connections to get to those people. So regardless of, some people are going to say, okay, it's not 85%, it's 75%, it is 80%. Even before I went into recruiting 15 years ago, I heard it was 70%. So regardless of whether it is 70%, 75%, or 85%, a large number of the jobs that you will get is because of networking. And also, there's another thing. There is what we call the hidden job market. And people might say, oh, there's no hidden job market. 80% of jobs are never listed. There are a lot of jobs. Last year, I sent a lady from LinkedIn to go and check out some people, some companies. And the way she found her job was networking on LinkedIn. The job was not posted. So should you be depressed? No. You shouldn't be depressed. You should just figure out how you are going to master networking to get to your next job, right? Okay. In my company, or the companies that I've worked for before, when they are looking for people, do you know what they do? They first go to the employees and say, do you know somebody? I have gotten money already from referrals. There was a time when we were referring people and you're getting 500 ahead. Like, you refer somebody to the company and the company will pay you $500. 500 green ones, guys. 500 green ones. So now that I'm back here, I want to find out from you guys, do you understand what I say when I say it is going to be networking? Now, Michael said he got his 9 to 5, and I'm going to highlight that. I got my 9-5 from working with an old co-worker from the insurance company I used to work for. Is there anybody else on this live right now who has received a job because they receive a job because they networked? And Jay, I'm going to highlight Jay. Jay says he would like to learn more. Thank you, Jay. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, is there anybody on this call right now on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube who has received a job because somebody told them about the job they didn't apply for? Just last week in my Zumba class, there was a lady who told me she just got a new job. She was looking, and she got that job because somebody else in the Zumba class gave her the job. So this is so very important, guys, that networking is important. You know, and I'm so sad when I go on LinkedIn and I see a lot of job seekers. It really burns my heart. A lot of job seekers on LinkedIn, they've been looking and they've been looking and I know they're looking. I know they're looking. And they seem to be following all the minutiae or the small things rather than trying to find the right content, trying to find the right thing to do in order to find the job. Because, you know, I'm very passionate about job seekers. I'm very passionate about people working right? The reason why I'm so passionate, I've done this thing for 15 years and I've seen people cry and I've seen people suffered. Okay. And it burns my heart a lot of time to see all the conversations, because I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. You know, I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, more than 7-8 hours a day, maybe 10 on LinkedIn, because I'm learning and I'm trying to find out. So it burns my heart when I see people on the platform and they are not listening to the right things. So let us go back to this. People trust who they know. People trust who they know. And that is the reason why companies ask for referrals, right? Now, if 40% of the people are from referrals and only 7% of job applicants get referred for a job, you apply for the job, just by applying, you're not getting it most of the times, right? And as I said, many companies provide referral bonuses for staff to bring the right candidates in. I'm telling you, I earned it. $500. You refer a good person. That is when that wasn't a recruiting dollars. That was a staff to work within the company, and they would pay you $500 for a good person. The reason is it is very expensive to hire. It is very expensive to hire and fire. No company wants to hire you and fire you because it is very expensive in training and all the things that go along with that. Okay. So now that we talk about why networking is effective, I want to give some action steps. So I'm getting into this black area and I'm going to talk about the types of networking that you can do, right? So if you are a leader, so my course is for leaders. My course is for people who want a job. If you don't have one, it's for you to. And if you have a job, it's for you to increase and up level in your career. So this is the way you're going to plan it, guys. And I know a lot of young people have been asking me, how do I do this? How do I improve in my career? How do I move up to be a director? How do I move up? How do you move up in your job? How do you move up in your company? It's not by working hard. A lot of times it's not by working hard. A lot of times you have to know the right networking and the right mentors. So this is what you're going to do, right? You need to identify your mentor. Internally, so there are two types of networking, internal and external. You have to know from very early who is your mentor. And if you just got a job, and those of you who are on LinkedIn who I helped recently, and I'm talking to you because I know you are in great jobs. And I know that because most of you are in IT also, and you're getting good jobs. But you also want to move up. You don't want to stay there. You guys are young. You know, they're like half my age. I'm saying to you, you need to, from now, you just started the job last year, some of you, identify your mentor. I'm training leaders, right? Identify the person in your company who's genuinely interested in you. Do that. And you are identify peers. So it's not only the leaders. You have to identify peers too that you can genuinely help, because nobody is going to promote you just because you are nice to a leader. They want to know in the company that you are helping people. So if you haven't taken away anything from this part of it in your organization right now, you have to be intentional about it. When you are networking, it's not a by the way thing, it's a plan. You got to be intentional, identify leaders and identify peers. And at the same time, you have a three-pronged approach. You are going to look external to the organization to link up or network, link up, sound like Jamaican, I'm Jamaican, link up, network with people outside of your organization. And I'm just going to go right back here, guys, a little bit here, just to look at you guys and see. Michael says it's all about mentorship and lifting others up. All about mentorship and lifting others up. Guys, if you're on this call, if you are young and you are on this call, you need to. I'm going to highlight Jay said he got his last job from a colleague who was leaving his position to teach at a university and asked if he wanted his job. His boss hired him without an interview, just recommendation. Now, I wish everybody on LinkedIn were on this, because a lot of people are on LinkedIn trying to find the answers, and the answers are right in front of them. I see it every day. And I'm saying, why is it so hard? It's not that hard. You have to be intentional about it. So if Jay did not have a relationship, if Jay did not have a relationship with that person, you think that the person would go and recommend Jay, right? If he did not know the person, and if the person did not trust him. So it's all about trust. So what is networking? How are you going to develop emotional equity? And take that away from my course today, okay, guys? I'm teaching. Emotional equity is what you build. When I was recruiting, guys, I was what they call a kick-ass recruiter. I developed emotional equity with all my consultants. These are people making $1,500 a day. These are not cheap people. These are people who are making big money. I develop emotional equity with them, and every time they go into an organization, they refer me as a recruiter to their friends. So every time an opportunity comes in my company, it is not advertised because I already had the people, okay? So if I'm saying to you guys, it is very important that you build your networks. I'm going to teach you today how to build some connections, what to do, start doing to build your network. Listen, even if you need a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you got to network, because you're not even going to find that in your house. Okay, you need to network. Okay, so guys, drop a comment in, drop something in the comment below. Let me know if you're shy, if you're thinking that, okay, I cannot network because I am shy. Now, if you're shy to network, then you need little additional help to build that confidence in order to reach out to people. Okay. And at the end of one of these slides I'm going to show you some of the things, some of the action steps that you need to do in order to build that emotional equity. So networking is all about building emotional equity with people. I have built emotional equity this year because I was not on LinkedIn year before last. I just started on LinkedIn. I was on there, but not in a big way like how I am on LinkedIn now. And I've developed emotional equity with quite a few people recently. Since this year, I have a whole team on LinkedIn that I interact with. You get ideas. If I want to ask a question, I can message somebody because I have developed emotional equity with these guys, right? So I have my whole team on LinkedIn now that I have developed emotional equity with. So it is very, very important that you take the time out, guys, and make it intentional. Okay. All right. So I would like to go to the next slide and we talk about that. We're going to talk about another black side. That means that this is action steps 2. How to network. Be intentional about it. Not going to be a side thing. If you're in your organization and you want to grow in your career, it's not going to be a side thing. You're not going to grow. You have to be intentional about it. You have to learn who are the most critical to your career success, right? In your organization, because not everybody going to be critical. Not everybody going to like you either, okay? But you have to identify the people who will help you. And it's not going in there to haunt people and so on. Somebody reached out to me early this year and she said to me, she wanted to understand how the difference between a coach and a mentor, and she would like a mentor. Now, everybody wants mentors, but to mentor somebody, it takes a lot out of the mentor to mentor somebody, right? It's almost like a career teacher, a lifelong teacher. Okay. The best place to find a mentor is right inside of your organization, right? And that is why I felt that I had to do the Career Advancement Club on Facebook, because very soon I'm going to do a once a month mentorship within my Career Advancement Club, a once a month. So I'm planning it out because it is a very new group, and I want to plan it out because I have a lot of young leaders in that group, a lot of young people who want to be directors and bosses and all that. And I have some people in there who are very, very experienced, and they have already told me that they are willing to be mentors, right? So let us get on with this now and talk about how to network. There are certain skills that you need, and let's talk about the skills first before we go and talk about the other things. We need to have certain behaviors that we need to practice. Listening. It's not easy to listen. I'm not the best listener. You know, I'm learning. At 65, I'm still learning to listen. Okay. And I'm saying to the young people, start earlier than me, right? You'll do much more than me, although I did great. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that was Theodore Roosevelt. That wasn't me. Okay. People do not care about how much you know as much as how much you care. When you care for somebody, they will remember. The other thing that you need to know, and I put them in red, positivity and energy. Now, I'm not the best listener in the world, but I have a lot of energy and I'm very positive. Positivity and kindness help to get people to warm up to you. Remember, guys, we say we are building what? Emotional equity. And if you go to an event when the COVID is over, and if you go to somewhere with somebody, remember, you have to practice this. You have to make sure. Sometimes you have to put your cell phone away. You have to ensure. As a matter of fact, it's kind of rude when you're working with people or you're going out with people and you're onto your cell phone, okay? You just need to make sure that you make eye contact, be energetic, and show that you genuinely care about people, that you genuinely care about people's problems, that you genuinely want to know about people. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of thing here about, and I'm going to ask you some questions about this. So when I came to Canada, this is a nice little story for you guys. When I came to Canada, I am in the office, right? I come to Canada, and that is why sometimes people talk about culture, okay? That is why somebody talk about culture. The Canadian culture, if you are an American and you're coming to Canada, they have their culture. Americans have their culture. Jamaicans have their culture. And I'm going to give you a little bit of the cultural thing that went on with me, right? So I go to work every morning and people come, hi, how is your weekend? Da, 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 da. How is your weekend, guys? What did you do? And I'm like, to myself, I didn't say it to anybody. Why are they so inquisitive? Why do these people want to get into my business? Like in Jamaica, it would be like, don't try to get into my business. Everybody in Jamaica, we don't walk around and tell people our business, okay, guys? And I'm like, we don't tell people our business. Why are these people so inquisitive? And then I learned at the workplace that that is how Canadians are. They want to warm up to you. I didn't know it was a way of warming up. They want to know a little bit more about you so that they can bring you into their circle. So if you are anywhere else in the world, and I see my friend Emmanuel is saying that's insightful. Thank you, Emmanuel. If you are anywhere else in the world and you're coming to Canada, you have to learn Canadian culture. If I'm going to America, I will have to learn America's culture. If you're going to Jamaica, learn Jamaica's culture. There is something in every society that the people do differently from you. And that was a part of the Canadian culture. Every month, people will be extremely nice to you and warm up to you, but they're asking you these questions. And me as a Jamaica, we don't tell people our business. We kind of keep it to our chest. And I'm like, these people are so inquisitive. They just want to know my business to go talk it. You know, like a woman would say, just want to go my business to go and chat it. Okay. That was not it. It was like they're trying to warm up to you. And I'm going to show what Michael says here, that Michael says that emotional equity is so vital to business success. Many people are unaware of this. And the reason why I want to highlight that, I met Michael recently on LinkedIn. I've never met him. And I think anytime I go to Hawaii, I have to go. I have to go and have a drink. And he is a very extremely successful businessman. And he's telling us that emotional equity is vital to business success. Many people are unaware of this. Maybe he should put it out in a quote or something, or start quoting that on LinkedIn as his own quotable quote. Okay? It is very, very important, guys, emotional equity. So why am I so passionate about this? Nobody taught me. In my 65 years, I was very, very successful. But I would have wished that somebody would have taught me some of the things that I'm learning now. So, and some of the things that I'm seeing now in my own experience. Okay. Nobody taught me. Nobody, and a lot of people like to say, nobody teach me. But then when people are teaching you, are you listening? I'm saying that different cultures, you have to watch those cultures. You have to, when you're in the Canadian workplace or in the American workplace or wherever workplace you are, you have to watch for certain cultural norms. You have to show people that you genuinely care, especially if you're in Canada. Because I was a teacher before, I went into IT recruiting. I was a professor at a university in Jamaica called the University of Technology. I like to talk about it because everywhere I leave a good mark. So I can always get reference from them. And I took those skills, the teaching skills, and I was helping my colleagues. I got promoted 2 times. They found 2 positions for me. Because you have to show that you genuinely care. So what are you taking about this? How to network? There's internal and there's external. In the internal networking, you have to find your mentor, know who your mentor is early, warm up to that person, make sure that you do the right things so you keep that mentorship going. Look for the person who is genuinely interested in you. And this is going to be somebody perhaps more senior than you. Okay, to mentor you so that you can push you higher. The next thing, as a career professional, you're going to make sure that you find some junior people, or there are junior people that you can help in the organization. So you need 2 kinds of people, those above you and those at your level and below you. But you need those relationships to do 2 different reasons. You need to be positive. You need to have positive energy, and you have to be genuinely interested in people. The next thing, which we don't do very well as a Jamaican, when I came here, I realized, be curious about others. I'm married to a Canadian, and he's genuinely curious about people. He will go to a meeting, he'll warm up, he'll ask them questions. I had to learn that. And I did not learn that until I got married to this person. Because before I was married to a Jamaican, we were like the same thing. Okay. So I'm just saying to you guys, those are some of the things that you need to do. If you are a career professional and want to grow in your career, whether you're in Jamaica, United States, India, Africa, these things are not different. They won't change. You have to be genuinely interested in people. I see sometimes there are comments on LinkedIn about things and people looking job, they're cynical and all that. Then I look at it and say, these people ain't going to get no job soon. Or if they get a job, maybe next week they're out of another job. It is very important, very, very important that you have the positivity and the energy. Nobody wants to be around people who don't have positivity, or who are not positive, and who don't have good energy, because energy begets energy. If you are positive, it flows. If you are negative to certain things in your life, you're giving it the negative energy, it's not gonna happen. I'm telling you, anytime you have something that you're working on, Even if you don't like the outcomes right now, stop throwing negative energy. If you're job seeking, if you're in business, if you start a business, if you're on LinkedIn, if you just started a business in COVID and you want the business to grow, you're going to have a struggle stage, right? Give it positive energy. Even when it looks like it's not happening, give it positive energy. Say something good about it and work towards it. The same thing with your job search. If the biggest thing that I have done for people when I meet them, the first hour is to talk about their mindset. It starts with your mindset. So if you are on LinkedIn and if you're looking for a job and you can't find a job, work on your mindset. Before you even start, as I said last week, there's something that you need to do first. You will need to figure out what job you want, that too, but you need to work on your mindset, your energy that you're putting towards your effort. So if you are not good at networking, since this is all about networking, start working. Don't say I'm not good with networking. Nobody is good with networking. We all had to learn it. Nobody taught us this thing, right? Nobody taught us. When we were babies, especially if you're born in my era, nobody had time to teach you, okay? So drop a comment in there below, guys, and let me know. Does mindset and everything has anything to do with hindering your progress? Do you think that you are just not a good networker? Do you think you're just too shy to reach out to people? What is it? What is it that is holding you back? Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment, guys. What is holding you back from networking with people? Is it because you never give it enough thought and didn't put any much intentions behind it? I want to know today. It took me like it took me a little bit of time to think up these things yesterday on these points and to make it succinct so that you can get something out of it today. So do me a little honor, put a little comment in below. Let me know. Just share with me if you're having any issues with your ability to network. I gave you some nuggets a while ago, some diamonds, and I'm going to give you a few more in the action items as we go through for this, right? So let me know. All right. Let me know, guys. Let me know. I'm just trying to get this chat thing going here because sometimes you don't get the comments. All right, so let me know, guys, and this thing is hovering over my screen. And Michael says, when people know you care, they'll work harder so they don't let you down. And that is so true, right? And that is all the reasons around networking, right? People like to work with people they know. People like when you refer people you know, because they're not going to come into your organization and let them down. And I used to say, why is this incestuous thing going? Why do they want you to only refer people you know? And then when you look at the other side of it, because employees are turning over so fast, the companies cannot find the correct employees. So what they do, they ask for the referrals. And because they feel that if you know the person, if Yvonne knows James is not going to let Yvonne down. Right? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out, but that is the whole thought around it, right? So that is very important for you. And maybe I would just interject a little bit here, since some people were not at my other lives, and you need to go back if you were not at the other live show. And what you need to do is to go back and watch one about, I think it was about LinkedIn, one of my lives. If you hashtag Goal Inspired Career Coaching, if you're on LinkedIn, you'll get access to all my content library there, or you can go on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, you can watch my, I'm just going to click the banner here. If you're on YouTube, it's Goal Inspired Career Coaching. That is my YouTube. If you put that in Google, it takes you right there, because it has my other 4 live shows that talks about resume, talk about LinkedIn, they talk about all that stuff, right? How to optimize your LinkedIn profile, how to write your resume, and about the applicant tracking system and the impact on your job search. So all that is there. So if you're on LinkedIn, you can hashtag Goal Inspired Career Coaching to get to those contents. So today is not about LinkedIn. It is about networking, but because LinkedIn is a big part of our networking, I have to keep mentioning LinkedIn, because in one of those trainings, it talked about that you are to go to job searching sites, you are to go to company sites, and when you find the companies that are hiring, you go back to LinkedIn, and that is where you are going to connect with the people, because there are 1 million approximately, probably there now at the end of beginning of this year, it was 740 million people, right? So it's 1 billion, approximately 1 billion people. The people that you need to do business with are on LinkedIn. The people that need to give you the jobs are on LinkedIn. The Fortune 500 companies that you need to work with are on LinkedIn. Okay? So no other network, and I don't know LinkedIn, I'm pushing them so much, but there's no other professional network that you can go. There's nowhere that you can go and find everybody you need to reach out to in one place. So if you're a job seeker and you are not on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook watching me now, if you're not on LinkedIn, you probably need to go on LinkedIn. Okay. So here are some actionable steps that you can do. Make a list of 10 to 20 most important professional contacts in your life. If you want to go high, you can go to 20, but I said 10 to 20. So I'm not giving you 10, I'm not giving you 20. I say 10 to 20. So it could be 15, it could be 10. It doesn't have to be 20. So with these people, because right now you're trying to find your mentors. If it is at work, you don't need 10 people at work. You probably just need 2. Okay. Keep regular contact. But the reason why you need more, these are the people who are going to be in your circle of influence, right? So this is not going to be everybody. These are the people who are going to be in your circle of influence. Okay. I saw something that said offline. Okay. Is everybody, so I have a comment here from, okay. So is there anybody, so I saw something that said offline a while ago. Is everybody here? Is everybody, am I talking to everybody here? Because I just got a stuff on my screen that said offline, and I think it was when I was in Canva. Okay. All right. So please, guys, just let me know. And if you cannot hear me, let me know. So I'm going to keep going. Okay. So keep regular contact with these people. Know their interests, speak with them. So it could be 10. It doesn't have to be 20, right? It could be even 5. But right now you probably have 0. Okay. So it's somewhere to start, right? So you keep in contact with them, speak with them 2 or 3 times a year about their interests. People who genuinely are going to help you with your career growth. I am not a career in a formal company as an employee anymore, and I still have my list of people that I connect with on a regular basis. When you're dealing with people, find a way to help the people that you would like to connect with, right? Find some way, something to offer them. If they're in your company, find a way to offer to help them, to do things with them so that they know you're genuinely interested in them. Try to think about the people, not position, because some of the people that you might think today will not be the boss of tomorrow, right? The people that you're working with today, they will be the executives of tomorrow in a few years. It is easier to build the emotional equity now than later on. All right? Okay? All right. So the next thing that we want to talk about is be generous, give before you ask. Before you ask for something, guys, give. Before you ask for something, give. Okay, let me make sure that you're seeing my screen here. Okay, before you ask for something, give. right? Before you go asking, give. So are these points good points? Are you interested? Or do you like these points? Do you like these points? Just let me know if these make sense, if these help. Tell me if these help. Make a list of people who you'd like to work with. Keep in regular contact. Find ways to help the people. Think people, not positions, and be generous and give back. Okay? All right, so that's that, guys. So that is great. And the other thing that I want to talk to you about, that if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you can apply for a 15-minute discovery call with me. If you're on LinkedIn, I have my calendar open on my profile page, right? If you decide you want to work with me on I have a Power Hour Plus, which is reasonably priced. An hour, you get an hour with me to sort out some career clarity issues, right? So if you want to do that, that would be wonderful. Okay. And I have my website, as I tell you, it's goalinspiredcareercoaching.com. And the nice thing that I wanted to talk to you about also is that I built a course called The Ultimate Career Growth Formula. It's a step-by-step program and organized structure to follow for job search. So if you're in your job searching, if you're doing job search right now, this course, what it does, it gives you steps for career advancement to find a job, and after you find the job, how to keep the job, career advancement. So it is very reasonably priced, very, very reasonably, cheaper than even getting somebody to write your resume for you. So that's very important. And there's that's a course. And also you can have options, like if you want to do the course and you want an hour, a Power Hour Plus, or if you want the course and 2 Power Hour Pluses, I can. If you would like interested in the course, you can actually put hashtag course. If you put hashtag course, I can reach out to you separately on LinkedIn, or if you're coming from YouTube, or if you're coming from Facebook, I'll find you. Okay, so that is wonderful. So I just wanted to find out, guys, is there anything that I said that makes sense to you, Emmanuel? Anything particularly that I talked about that resonates with you? Yes? Anything that I spoke about that resonates? Anything that I said that, like there's a little bit of a aha moment, that light bulb moment that makes sense? Let me know. All right. That's this thing that keeps coming up on my screen. So let me know, guys. Let me know if there's anything that you find here that that is insightful to you. Hi, Kimberly. I didn't realize that Kimberly was here. As I said, guys, I'm running solo. And when I do this thing, I scroll up and down. I don't see everything at the same time. So that's wonderful. We have some people from Facebook. I see Amy McCarthy here that says that it is informative. And I will shout out to my former boss. That's wonderful. So guys, now I'm scrolling up. I'm seeing everybody. Yaba, thank you, Yaba. Okay. All right. So Michael said it cannot be take. It's a give and take relationship. And that is very important. Michael, thank you for saying. Michael says you're an excellent instructor, facilitator, definitely as SME, and very interesting to listen and learn. Wonderful. So guys, is there anything? I didn't realize I was to be scrolling up all the time. I kept scrolling down. So you know how it goes. As I said, start before you're ready. I start these live streams 5 weeks ago. And I never knew how to do anything. So I'm still here. Michael is still here. Thank you for being here, Michael. And I did not know anything about this stuff, right? I had to go and learn from scratch. Nobody to teach me how to start or anything like that. But LinkedIn decided to give me LinkedIn Live, which I was grateful for, so I can come to you guys and every week. So every week I come to you at 6 o'clock on Tuesdays for GICC Live. So I just want to So I just want to tell you that. So this is an every week thing. So there's one thing. Facebook user says, great messaging on giving. It is very important. So there's one thing that I'm going to ask you to do. If you have a topic, I have some topics that I would like to cover every week. And as I say, this is for career professionals. You don't have a job, this is your home. You want to up level in your career, this is your home. Okay? I can help you to up level and be the best you can be in your career. And I'm almost in tears right now, guys, because you know what? I retired from a company, and I tell this all the time, called MindWire, a month ago. And guess who is on my live today? My boss, Amy McCarthy. She's on the show. I'm almost in tears because this was a very wonderful company. And just to let you know, it's one of the best companies to work with. Can you imagine 1 month after you retire from the company, you have a live, you did not invite your manager, and your manager decide she was going to visit your live show. Your manager decides that she's going to visit your live show. I was a senior director to the VP of sales and marketing and proposal at MindWire, and my boss is on my live show. So I'm very thrilled that she was able to come in. And guys, if you are here, so I can't even say anything here. I can just highlight what she said. And I'm so delighted, and I'm so I'm breaking down right now, guys. Tears, okay? My boss is here. So my former boss is here. My former boss is here. I just don't know what to say again. So I'm not going to go out crying, guys. You're not going to see any tears. So is there anything you want me to cover next week, guys? I would love to cover something. I would like to cover a topic that is burning. If you're a job seeker, I'd like to cover a burning topic. And remember, if you missed my other shows, hashtag Goal Inspired Career Coaching on LinkedIn will take you to all my content. I have a YouTube channel, Goal Inspired Career Coaching, and you can go and see the other shows. They're very important. It's like a package. You need to know how to write your resume. You need to know how to do your documents. You need to network, right? This is all about networking, right? So that is very important. Guys, I'm passionate about you job seekers because I'm a workaholic and I want to see everybody working, okay? So it is very important that you have all the pillars. The networking has to be on point. The resume has to be on point, okay? Your messaging has to be on point. When you're applying on LinkedIn, when you're reaching out to people on LinkedIn, that has to be on point. I have content about how to approach people on LinkedIn because people approach me all the time on LinkedIn the wrong way. So I have experience in that. Okay. So I would like you to do it the right way so that more people can come to you. I would like you to find the job. So remember the LinkedIn Hub Blueprint. You go to the job searching sites, you go to the company sites, and you take your efforts back to LinkedIn. Find the people and the companies and reach out, apply for the jobs and reach out. The more you do that, you will find your job. If you have been on LinkedIn for 3 months and you haven't found a job, something is wrong. If you're on there for a month, okay, and nobody's observing you or reaching out to you, you're doing something wrong. Okay, so Michael would like me to talk about in the next live, dressing for interviews or preparing for the interview questions. Okay, so I have not done that one yet. So next week, so that was the first one I got. Next week, I'm going to talk about, and I have a lot of material on this, virtual interviews as a whole, you know, virtual and in person. That alone is a class. interview questions is another class, right? But I would like to address the interview preparation and how you can up level and deal with those interviews. As I just wanted to tell you guys that last week I got a message on LinkedIn from a lady who went to my YouTube channel and watched 10 most 10 most difficult interview questions and answers. And she said she was answering it wrong. She went to the job interview and got the call, and they started doing her references. Okay, so that is very important. Interview questions and answers, and how to show up for an interview, and some of the things that I learned from my 15 years and even now, of how you are supposed to show up for an interview and how you must engage in a virtual interview and in an in-person interview. So guys, that was a wonderful thing. I'm so happy that Michael Michael said that one. And I'm going to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for showing up for my live stream this week. And next week, GICC Live come to you out of Ottawa, same time, same place. I would like to have you guys. And I'm going, I love music, right? So I got to do a little bit of music here while you go out. And you can put your messages in the comments below, guys. So my heart is glad and so happy today to have all of you today. I'm so happy to have all of you guys, and see you next week. Bye, folks.